Hey, 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 welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates. Also, know on this channel, I like to dive deep. We look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play as karmic themes along with everything else. So the readings are a bit longer with a therapy style to them. Why? Because there's many different realities play at one time. Your level of consciousness will determine the karma that you have. So when you're stuck in a karmic loop, which is the same undesirable life experiences that play out, whether that's attracting a person that emotionally is not available or people that don't want to recognize you, and we manifest exactly how we feel. Now, those feelings become subconscious. We're not even aware. And understand we form the behaviorisms to survive. The environment dictates that. So I feel, and I don't know why, as I was talking, I literally got like a burst of insight. You know how sometimes that happens? Well, I feel like you're someone that grew up in an environment that people never noticed your accomplishments, that they refuse to give you credit. So you even attract people that have a hard time acknowledging you. Like, again, they feel uncomfortable. It's like you trigger people. People tend to get jealous, even close people that really should be applauding you, surrounding you with good thoughts and wishing you well and happy for you that you've accomplished whatever it is. Instead, these people ignore you. They pretend that you haven't done anything. And this is a reoccurring karmic theme where, again, you're attracting people that don't recognize you. And that could be, again, in a job. You keep going for jobs and you wind up doing all the work in the job. You're do the best job of everybody in the company, but you never get that promotion. It's when you things that are good happen for you, no one says congratulations. No one acknowledges you. So it's the same karmic theme, and that's due to you living in an environment with a parent that was a narcissist that would get jealous over everything that you did, or a parent that just never was allowed to find themselves, feel like they got married too young, feel like they wasted away their opportunities. So again, you triggered them. So it's a trauma. And so it plays out within your relationships. Now I'm going to see why I got that burst of energy and why I just told you that. We're going to look and see what the word of the video is. Sometimes spirit likes to just tell me things ahead of the video, and I don't really know why, but I feel like there's some sort of message inside the message, which right now what we know is no one emotionally is going to give you anything until you heal that. No one's going to recognize you until you recognize yourself, until you integrate the spiritual lesson. So we're going to see it definitely play out within your relationship, for sure. Now, the underlining word of the video is knowledge, wisdom. So this is a soulmate connection, is of a higher state of consciousness. Ooh, I ate something before and I felt like I was gonna burp. Sorry. Um, Knowledge and wisdom is, like I said, it's that higher self. The higher self is the God part of self. It's spiritual wisdom that you know, but you don't know how you know. And this is again what you and your person feel. So there's a very strong spiritual connection. Let's pull another one because we've been pulling that one often. Grief. So, and the reason why I say is because, energy tends to stay the same a lot. It just varies a little bit when you do readings every day, right? So, knowledge and wisdom. One thing that we know for sure is that you know, and this person knows that this is a spiritual connection. You don't know anything else, but you know that. And I feel like your person's in a place where they're in grief, and it's because they didn't treat you right, and you're walking away. You've walked away a long time ago. This person was so caught up in their ego. And then I feel like things happened in their life that just fell apart, and you're not around anymore. They thought that you were always gonna be there. And so I feel like they're stuck in a place of the poor me, poor me, poor me. So this person really hasn't done anything because they are tending to their own wounds. So this is what's influencing the reading, which means they're probably still not doing anything. So let's see what this person actually did. This person, I feel like, was still attached to somebody else. And so they knew that that relationship was going to come to an end one day. They might not have shared that with anyone, and it might have been a pipe dream. But I feel like the karmic is definitely, I'm going to call them the karmic because they're in a relationship with somebody that they should have ended the relationship with a long time ago, because your person was living a double life the entire time. So when they met you, it's like you thought that they were in search for someone, but this person was always on the search for someone. No one was ever good enough for this person. And the reason why is because this person began to live in the illusion that they really were a strong person. And why I say that is this person's not a strong person. If they're living with somebody that they're not emotionally connected to, and the relationship is just a facade, they're still not alone. They still have that comfort, that buffer. Someone that's going to cook, and if you're living with me, there's going to be extra food, so you're going to eat it. If I'm doing laundry, I'm going to do your laundry too, just because it's already in the washing machine. You're still living with somebody like you're married. You're just not having sex. So this person was like always saying, I'm going to leave this person, but always on the search for somebody else, but never would give anybody else anything. And that you know that because when they were with you, or when they pretended that they were going to be with you, they had somebody in their inbox, they had somebody on the side, and they had someone waiting for them aside from you. So they always had multiple people. So you knew that they were like a player, and that there was a sense that they were never really going to leave that karmic, but because they could live the facade that they were a strong person, that they didn't need anyone. Listen, it takes a lot to live on your own and work on your own, and really show up for yourself every day when emotionally no one's going to be there to do it for you. Meaning, like, if you come home and there's food on the table for you, that's still a sign of love. It's intimacy. It's intimacy that is about trust and consistency and family, and that's grounding. So I think that this person would lie to themselves and say, yeah, one day I'm going to leave, but they also felt guilty and knew that the loyalty would always go to that person. So when they met you, they never really gave this a chance. They knew that they were never really going to leave that karmic. They said that they were, but no, why are they going to leave a good thing to meet somebody else that it's only going to evolve into what this karmic has, which is they don't have a passion in their relationship. That's not what's binding these two together. So again, almost like hiding behind the fact that they're like a savior to this person, because I believe that every time that I don't want to even call him your person, this person would leave the karmic, or the karmic knew, then they'd act like a damsel in distress. Oh, I can't, knowing damn well that they were just manipulating this person, making this person not really be able to move forward. And we've been getting this story, a similar story, like this, where again, this person always needs to have attention. They need people to to really feed them because they don't get emotionally what they need from the karmic either. So this person also that you're connected to, I feel like whatever you do for a living, like or whatever you do for a hobby that draws attention, that people just notice you, this person gets very triggered. They get very triggered because there's a part of them that wants to be seen. I feel like they're in a connection with a karmic that kind of makes them feel like shit, to be honest with you. So they don't feel good about themselves because no one really feels good about themselves when they have to compartmentalize. And also, this person feels between you and them that this is a spiritual connection. So there's a want and a desire to be with you, and they're suppressing it. So I feel like there's a part of you that triggers this person where they get jealous because they feel like you're hogging the spotlight when they really want people to notice them. They want people to feed their ego. They're with somebody that they don't really want to be with. They want attention. They hide behind the fact that they say, oh no, I'm helping this person. This person wouldn't be okay. But then the focus still is on that person. And well, they say that they have feelings for you. So I feel like with you, again, you felt unsafe with this person because they want you to emotionally give and give of your resources. When meanwhile, their resources are going to that person. And you feel like they always tell you that they're going to leave. They always tell you stories about how they can't stand the karmic and they always shade it to look a certain way. But you're like, I feel like we keep going through this. Like you keep telling me this. You keep feeling that I get aggravated. And then what happens is you tell me a story. So it's like we keep going around like I've already lived through this before. You don't change. This is you just giving me lip service, telling me one thing, but really doing another. You have no intention of leaving that karmic. And the more time that I spend with you, the more unsafe I feel, the more that you stay in my life because is a spiritual connection and you're biting on the fact that I'm just going to become vulnerable and forget about what you did. When meanwhile, you're giving all your resources to somebody else. And like expectations, you had expectations that this person was going to do the right thing by you. Because when they met you, they said, oh, I've never felt like this before. I feel like I've met you before. They gave you a lot of time. I feel like I feel like this person was consistent. And so I wouldn't say that they love bombed you, but because they were consistent, see, this person normally doesn't give anything. So in their mind, they love bombed you, but they didn't really love bomb you. They were just consistent, which made you feel like, well, this person's giving me time. Well, they did enough to get you hooked. But they never emotionally gave because the whole time the karmic's there is getting denial and they in denial about their situation. They pretend that it's not a problem to have this person there because they're not sleeping with that person. They're not having sex with that person. They live a separate life. But they know damn well that it's not fair. Again, you don't trust this person because they said too many times that they were going to leave that karmic. They said too many times. Even before you met this person, I feel like this person was saying that they were going to leave this person. And that's why the karmic is pretty like secure in themselves, saying that you're not going to leave me because you would have left me. You've already invested too much. You feel bad. I make you feel bad. I pretend that I'm the damsel in distress. So all your time, energy, focus, everything goes to me. No one's going to want to be with you when you give breadcrumbs. Even though, and so there's a sense that this person feels like because they have a spiritual connection with you, that you're just going to take them back into your life. They're delusional. They're delusional. And again, it really is like there's part of them that knows that that enjoys the fact that people that are with them are powerless. This person's a narcissist. I feel like they'll gaslight you, they'll make you feel forgotten about, they won't give you any attention. And once they get comfortable, they'll cheat because they have abandonment issues. And this what happens is that once this person gets comfortable in the relationship, their passion dies. It's like they have an intimacy issue. So with the karmic, they actually do have unconditional love for this person. They just are not sexually attracted to this person anymore because of strong intimacy issues. And that happened way before this karmic. So the karmic has given so much time, so much energy. They're like, you're not going to leave me because I'm not going to give up these resources. So I'm not going to do that. And we're going to live just like this. So your person has learned to compartmentalize. They've learned to, pretend that they're going, oh, just lie to people. I'm going to be with you for a certain amount of time. Relationships really don't work out anyway. So we'll be together for a certain amount of time. It won't make a difference anyway. And I get my needs taken care of. You have a good time. And again, they're going to make your decision for you while the karmic still like gets fed, still is getting their resources, which no one would want that. And that's what your person knows. That's why they're not honest. They stay in denial. And so I feel like you got to the point where you're like, I'm not dealing with it. It's like it's a horror to be in a connection with you. It's like, will this person ever leave the karmic? I'm just curious because I don't feel like they will. I feel like they've been saying that they're going to leave the karmic for a long time. No, I feel like because it's this person, it knows that it would take a lot of effort, that it would take a lot of effort and that they'd have to be persistent and they're lazy. This person knows that it would take a lot, that they'd have to like again be a busy bee. No, I feel like it's a game. It's a game. This person continually plays this game with the karmic, like where every few years they meet somebody and they really fall for that person. And that karmic like just doesn't let them get away. This person knows that the karmic is not going to let them get away. They love how the karmic fights and yells and screams and becomes emotional, even goes up against the people that they pretend to be in love with and leave. So it's a game. No, this person, like I said, if they love the challenge, they love to, like I said, they love the game. They love the game. They love the game. It's like it makes them feel superior. They love the intenseness of it. And so it's like they're addicted to the drama. They're addicted to the adrenaline. What happens is it's like they do love the karmic, but it's a not healthy type of love. It's more of an attachment type of love because they don't feel safe having intimacy and intimacy in the bedroom. They can. And when I say intimacy, I'm talking about intimacy as in trust. This person, once things get real and it becomes a regular routine, which happens within relationships, this person tends to be very selfish. So what happens is the person that they're with has to continually remind them to think about them, continually remind them to do what they should do. They have to mother this person. And so what happens is that your person then doesn't like the person that they're with. And this happened with the karmic. And the karmic has been there for a long time. So it didn't just happen with the karmic. They have a long a long history of cheating because of this, because they don't show up. And when you're with a person that doesn't show up for you, you're continually screaming at the person. So which affects the intimacy. So this person and the karmic have major intimacy issues on trust. So it's affected the bedroom, the passion part. So your person met you in the midst of that, and they of them in separation from the karmic, but which happens all the time. And so what happens is that they say that they're single, they say that they're going to leave, they say that they're going to. And then every time you're asking about it, it's like, oh, well, I just had to help this person out. I have to be their savior. Because again, it feeds their ego. And then when you walk away from them, then they run after you, then the karmic runs after them. So it's a whole big shit show, which they know about and they love it. They love it. It's all about feeding their ego. It's all about, like, then you're going to get mad. You'll yell at them. You'll be all dramatic. They'll make you feel like you're crazy. This person's toxic as fuck. It's like, no way. No way. Because it's almost like, listen, it's really clear cut. It's this person, unfortunately, would make you the target of their anger, because they don't really want to be connected to, they don't want to be in their life. They don't want to be controlled by a karmic either. So there's a love there because of how much this person's done for them and because they have mothered them. But they're also an adult and they don't want to be with somebody that tells them what to do every second. There's a resentment there. And that, again, resentment gets held. It doesn't go back to the karmic, because the karmic is doing everything and the karmic doesn't give a shit. So your person's angry and they actually feel like it's okay that they go out and they hook up with other people to maintain that lifestyle. And we've been getting this type of reading a lot lately, but not like this type of energy, where you're actually seeing this person be so angry because of their life that it's okay that they destroy someone else's life. And also, they know that the karmic would be right behind them. It's like they're sitting there pretending that they don't know who this karmic is. They know exactly who this karmic is. But it's like, hey, if I'm stuck with this person, why should you be happy? Let me fuck up your life. Misery really loves the company. So like I said, you would be the target. And so, of course, then you would have like a sharp tongue, like you would definitely say something, but it would, again, be effective in throwing you off, whatever you're doing. So you wouldn't be able to move forward. It's that this is what this person has planned for you. Yeah, this person doesn't want you to have a new beginning. They don't want you to have a new beginning because, again, there's a sense that, first of all, you're birthing something, something's happening. You're getting a lot of recognition. People are noticing you. Now, I don't know, you might not be doing anything, but people are noticing you in this month of August, whether that's just you going out, whatever it is, you're starting a new phase. This person does not want you to move forward and they can't leave their situation. So they're like, well, let me fuck up your life so I won't be missing anything, is what I feel. This person's an asshole. Like, again, they don't want to see you have a new beginning. And that's like a fresh start without them. And that's, so it's, like I said, they're very jealous and they're very triggered. Hey, and what did I say? I said, the karmic theme is always like you attract people into your life or have people in your life that won't recognize you. So again, this person recognizes you, but they don't want you to have it. So that's on the same type of energy, right? Of why should you have it? Why should you move forward? I'm miserable, so you should be miserable. And that's really the karmic theme. You have people take out their anger onto you. So we have to say, first of all, how would we avoid that? And why are we attracting someone into our life like that? Well, obviously, now that you know, you're not going to be, but how would we have awareness of this person? And it's the fact that they gave nothing. It's the fact that when you met them, they were always looking for someone else. So they didn't give you enough time, energy, focus, or money. And they're coming in and they're expecting you to, while still having somebody on the side. Just because time has passed doesn't mean anything. This person's still the same person. They're going to pretend that there's somebody different, but really on a core level, they are the same person. First card out, laughter. Sing. Magic. Loner. Trust. One more. Trauma. Okay. So I feel like your child self, the child self, I feel like was not able to be developed. That you might have been somebody that grew up with a lot of trauma because you might have had a learning disability, or you might have created, like, just there was something that made you different from other people that maybe, like I said, what keeps on coming up is like a learning disability, or that you brought bad attention to your family when really you didn't do anything wrong. It's just you were different. And I feel like it affected it affected you. It affected the way that you express yourself. It affected the happiness that you have. Again, that was like almost like every time someone saw you happy, they almost like squashed it. Like, I feel like you grew up with a parent that, like, misery loves company. Like, you triggered your parent, and you triggered your parent because they didn't have those experiences. And you were always like a truth speaker. You're somebody that's a highly sensitive person. So the way that you approach life is different than a lot of other people. I feel like this person that raised you is not a sensitive person. I feel like the person that raised you was very, that they put a lot of emphasis on school. They put a lot of emphasis on money. They put a lot of emphasis on the physical world elements. And I don't feel like you ever did that, but I believe that you were always able to manifest, and you're always able to manifest. This is magic, but it was due to your highly sensitive nature. And that's because, again, as a truth speaker, you are always listening to yourself, always being guided by your higher self, which a lot of times happens, obviously, when there's trauma. So I feel like, again, when you were a child, you weren't really able to be a child because of that trauma. So integrating it would be to go out and have your passions, to be interactive in your life, to bring more joy into your life, because the trauma that you held of, again, feeling not worthy, not good enough, not acknowledged, and abandoned, if someone's not acknowledging you, would be that you have to do it for yourself, and you can do it for yourself. This person sees that something's going to happen for you. You might not feel that something's going to happen for you, but they feel like something's happening, or you might meet somebody that there's going to be a change in your life, that this, it's almost like the time for this person to come into your life should have happened already. And being that it hasn't, and you're not going to them, this person kind of knows that it's either they're going to come to you, or it's time that, you know, that you're going to be like, it's time that I move forward. So I feel like your magic is going to take you there. And that's whatever projects you've been working on, wherever you've been losing yourself in, and that's hobbies, friends, interests, like wanting to do something, wanting to go somewhere, all of it. It's something that's going to feed you, because you have to reparent yourself. And reparent yourself is recreating yourself so that you find the happiness and the joy. This person like is jealous of your happiness because they're not happy. And that's what you were raised in, the same exact thing, where it's like no one can this be you being a truth speaker, understand no one can take what's yours, only you can allow someone to take what's yours. So keep following your truth. And it's like, yes, you were a loner growing up, but that makes you be very intuitive, and again, makes it easy for you to live your truth. So it's almost like spirit saying, right now you have to be alone. You don't have to be alone forever, but because that's a trauma of yours, because you were raised by a parent that wouldn't let you have your moment, understand the devil's always near. So how do we manifest? We manifest our traumas through, again, attracting not the right people. So right now you're in isolation. So there's a part of you that's like, why am I alone? And spirit saying you're alone because to manifest, this person already sees that that's going to happen. You're divinely protected. Only if you were to reach out to this person, which spirit's saying you don't, because this person's like, again, knows when they run into you, they want to have a showdown. They want to try and like throw you off your track to actually recreate that trauma to prevent you from moving forward. But spirit saying you're in isolation now to create yourself so that no one can sabotage anything. And so you might be working from home, your project, whatever it is. You don't really feel as if you are interacting with that many people. But remember, there's always a space between what you sow to what is reaped. And that in this space is always when karmic consequences have the potential to unfold. So you want to again stay safe, stay in your zone. And spirit says you're able to do that through your intuition, through your unique magic. And that really is like this person can't believe that you're like almost like escaping them, is what I feel like. I feel like this person is cocky. They've done this before. Like I said, they've gotten into other relationships. The karmic has gone after it. It has created a whole shit show. They love the drama. I'm gonna have to put a trigger warning on this. So spirit's saying it's like for you to really integrate, again, it's okay to be a loner right now. It's supposed to be happening. It allows you to live your truth and find your magic, live your magic. But in that recreation of yourself and again manifesting, you actually integrate your trauma. And that's when you find laughter. That's when you find your voice. So you're reparenting. This person wants to keep you stuck in a karmic cycle because they are stuck in a karmic cycle. And they might not know that it's called a karmic cycle, but that's what it is. And it's one that's keeping them in a place of disempowerment. And when we stay in a place of disempowerment for long periods of time, we get angry, we get resentful because we don't want someone owning our life. And this person thinks that it's okay to go out and have side pieces, because they have to stay in that situation, but they don't have to. They need to, again, do the right thing ethical wise. Otherwise, they're going to stay miserable. And like I said, I don't feel like this person is even going to stay healthy because they have so much anger and resentment, and to the point that they would actually do this. So spirit says goodness. This is, remember, your goodness. And it's, I refine my character and overcome difficulties by remaining positive. I calm my heart and illuminate my intellect to transform shadow into light. I consciously manifest goodness in and around me. I improve my qualities for the benefit of all. So spirit was just saying, because you're like, okay, goodness, that was not good. Well, again, everything that happens to us and every person that we draw to us is for our betterment, it's for our goodness, and it's to help us learn. Here, it was to help you see a different outcome. If you were brought up by a parent that always squashed your dreams, didn't let you have your moment, well, that's what this person's trying to do. They're not allowing you to have your moment. You get to see a different outcome. You could say, no one can take my moment. No one can take my moment. Only I can give that right up. This person gave up their right. That's why they're connected to a karmic, and there's love there, but there's also hate there. So there's an attachment. They don't really want to be there, but they can't get out. So it's like they see you living your best life and they're like, well, I think I can fuck that up. And Spirit says, no one can do that. No one can take what's yours. Only you allow it. When you were a child, you were overstimulated. You weren't prepared for it. You didn't know, but the writing's on the wall here. So you get to transmute the negative energy, which is go through the experience and see a different outcome. And it's all for the betterment of you, for the goodness of you. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave that there. Very similar to a lot of other readings with the karmic lately, but I don't know. I don't pick the cards. I mean, Spirit does. So, I mean, I do pick the cards, but you know what I'm talking about. Well, if you resonated with this one, let me know. I love you all. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.